Chancellor Agard, and welcome to the Quantum Leap panel. So let's just get started. First up, we have Quantum Leap creator Don Bellisario. Oh boy, the star of the show, Scott Bakula.
Hello everyone.
Hey guys, how are you doing today?
Really good.
Terrific.
Terrific.
I mean, to start off, this show ended 23 years ago. Is it sort of, or 24, sorry. Are you sort of surprised that it's still so popular?
Yeah, I'm not surprised because the Leapers were always great fans. All the shows I did, the most fans I had were for Quantum Leap. It doesn't surprise me.
I'm curious, at what point during the show's run did you sort of realize it had gotten so big, it had grown such a big fandom?
I don't know that we ever knew while it was running, we were working so hard to make the darn thing, but we knew that we were making something that was honest and that people really, really responded to and could relate to. And with a lot of, as you all know, with a lot of sci-fi, if you can get people excited about the idea, they're with you forever. And here we are. He did it.
On that note, I want to go back to the beginning, Don. How did you come up with the idea for this show? What inspired it?
I had 3 ideas that I was working on, and I decided I'd do a time show, but to do a time show I had to make it completely different from the normal time show where somebody goes back to King Arthur's court or back into World War II. So just came up with the idea that he could only leap within his own lifetime, and that put a limit on it and made it mostly happening in the 50s when we made the show, in the 80s. So that worked out well. And I went into Brandon Tartikoff, who was then head of NBC, and Brandon is now gone, was terrific. And I explained the whole concept to him. And he said, explain it to me again, so that my mother could understand it in 30 seconds. So I did it in 30 seconds. He said, I still don't get it. I said, your mother got it.
From the beginning, did you know that you wanted to do a show that touched on so many social issues as well, and not it just wasn't a sort of a fun time travel show, it also dealt with real issues as well?
Well, I didn't think about it that this is what I want to do. I want to do social issues, but social issues came naturally to the show. And once we realized that, Scott and I started to do many issues that were fun, especially making him a woman and doing the feminist issue. Back 23 years, 20 longer, probably 27, 8 years ago.
And Scott, when you auditioned for the role, did you know that the role of Sam Beckett would include you having to dress in drag occasionally?
I did not. But it wouldn't have stopped me from going in, obviously, because as Dustin Hoffman said, I can be a beefsteak tomato, so, and Tootsie. No, I didn't know that. I don't think any of us ever imagined that this range and scope of the kinds of roles that Sam could be a part of, or lives that he could get involved in, including a test chimp for NASA. I don't think that was ever part of the grand vision, but it just grew, and as the audience accepted it, because the first time I was in the life body of an elderly African-American driver in the Deep South, they bought it. And we followed that 3 episodes later with me in the 60s in my little pillbox hat and my high heels and my purse in a auto in Detroit working as a secretary, and you guys bought that. And I think pretty much it was like, let's just go then.
That's what it was. Every week we came up with something new, and we began to hit social issues because we were able to do it, and people accepted it and made a difference.
I just want to say one more thing about that. Don always said, because Dean and I tended to want to push social issues, and Don always said, what we're doing first and foremost, our job, is to put on a great hour of entertainment for the audience. If there are things buried in every episode, or things that the audience wants to pull out and relate to, or accept, or dig deeper, that's so be it. But the idea was, and I think if you look at the breadth of his work, which is phenomenal, that he has always found relationships between his characters the most important part of his shows, and found the truth in those relationships, and then whatever goes on around them, so be it. But he always found that first, whether it be Magnum or NCIS or JAG or Tales of the Gold Monkey or any of those shows. I'm leaving 75 out, but he was always about the relationships, and everything else